chance that I can work on a cruise ship.
I think first 2 months I was drunk.
Just enjoy yourself. Okay, there's a story about a guy who can spin a number on the roulette table.
You have this talent anyway to convince the people. Yeah.
Sporty alcoholic.
So many months,
Yeah, 6
working
months.
every day.
I said no, and I turned around.
Hi, welcome to our first podcast episode, Play Swiss Way. Here is our host, Pavel, the guy that he agrees on whatever I want to do. He's there with me. And we talk about life in Switzerland and especially our lives. If you want something to say, Pavel, about our introduction into this podcast.
There's nothing wrong to have a friend that cannot say no, right?
Yeah, that's true. And we know each other since 2 years, only 2 years.
Only 2 years. I know you, you don't know me.
And that's true because you were in the back.
Yeah, I'm watching you cannot watch me. Yeah.
What was your first impression about me when you saw me on the roulette table, let's say?
You wanna hear the good things, right?
No, first the bad things. Let's start with the bad things.
Okay, I could recognize you do have experience at a casino. That was actually pleasant for me because when you see someone dealing and knowing what to do, it's actually relief for me. So I don't have to check every of your move at the beginning. So that was good.
And the bad thing.
The bad thing.
Yeah, the very bad thing.
The very bad thing is we in 2 years' time we had not enough time to sit down and talk. You are just too busy. You are just too busy with many things. We never had a drink together. We never went to the bar or to the pub. We never spent enough time. Right now we're gonna spend the most time ever. by
True.
Yeah.
We started this project with the croupier and so on, and we have to tell them that our podcast is sponsored by the croupier Ponceai. You have to check there. If you want a casino party, we are doing it together. And we never talk.
There was no time.
Where are you from?
Originally, if you mean country, it's a Czech Republic.
Okay.
I grew up in Czech. I studied in Czech. I spent 4 years on a 3 years school, and then in the next 3 years, I changed 13 jobs, and I spent 9 months in the army as a duty.
Whoa!
And then actually I went away.
Where?
I went to England.
First time away from the country.
No, really. I left the country for the first time when I was 15 years old. I was invited by my father to Canada for 2 months.
Okay, he's living in Canada.
For 2 months holiday. So I went there. It actually opened my eye a little bit. And then I came back. I finished my school. Then I really had 13 jobs. Sometimes I had 4 jobs at the same time.
How many hours a day?
Well, my main job was security. But as a security, I was working 24 hours a day. I was working 24 hours. There was a 1 shift. Then I had 3 days off. During the 3 days off, I was able to go, because we are living very close to the German border. I was traveling to Germany, picking up strawberry. That was like a second job. And another second job was because my profession is electronic. So I was learning.
Yeah, I can see you did every cool stuff here, and he really made everything here.
So I was learning how to do car alarms, because there was my schoolmate who wanted to do business. So I learned that stuff, but it never happened. But I made few alarms to the cars. And another job, like a side job was selling druggery stuff for cleaning. So I was kind of like
Okay.
busy, but I just
You wanted to enter in the business since
something.
yeah.
I always wanted to try something.
And did it succeed?
And yeah, but after all, it was like 2 years. I was switching the jobs. I was my first job when I was actually when I went to the school was when I finished. I came and I was supposed to work for the train company in a depot. I was supposed to be
Okay.
repairing the electronic stuff, but they had no work for me. So they said, okay, you're gonna do the electric stuff. I was like, okay, but in the end, I was actually just cleaning the rooms, and it was a horrible job. I left. Then I was selling electronics in the shop, but they didn't want to give me a regular contract, so I left again. I started working as a security, and for one company, then security for second company, security for third company. Mostly I work with the dog because I had a Belgian shepherd dog.
Okay.
Then I went to army. I finished army a little bit earlier, few months. Came back. I keep working for the security. Then I find myself that there was a good chance to work in a factory, in a galvanic section. That means everything that you have, the metal thing like a zip, things like that.
It's made by them.
It's made in there in galvanic. It's a horrible environment actually, because you work. It's a big hall with lots of valves, and there's electrodes. You have to
A lot
put
of
some,
chemicals.
yeah, you have to put some acid. You have to put cathode, anode, all these
At what
things.
age? At what age?
I was 19, around 19,
19.
19 years old. Yeah. Then I find out that the money is not good enough, and I met a guy who actually ran a small business. He was actually installing a cable TV in the condos, so I started working for him. It was good, but I had an accident with a car, bad accident. Both cars completely done, and in the first round I won the case. The police says yes, you are
You were
innocent. It was a classic junction as a T. I was coming from here, and I was turning to the left, so I was checking my right side. From the left, there was a guy who thought that he's on the main lane, and boom, just
You
crashed. We crashed. The problem was, he was a director of a bank, and he was there with his secretary. And what happened was, in my city, I won the case, but he, of course, he didn't like the result, so he had possibility to object, and after the objection, the whole case was transferred to the bigger city where he lived, and he
And
won
then-
the case. And I decided I'm gonna leave the Czech Republic. So I went to the England. I stayed in England for like 3 months. Then I moved to Canada, see my father, and I tried to stay in Canada, but the immigration law was
You
a
needed a green pass or green passport
Well-
or how it is. How you, now I don't. Now I know that
Well, okay,
you cannot.
even when you have a family, but you are 21 years old or older,
You were 21 that time.
I was already 21, so there was no any connection, family connection, okay, by the law. So we couldn't apply for fulfilling the family. We couldn't. So the only reason that we could apply was that my father's gonna be in an older age, and I'm the only one who can take care of him. And this one didn't work. It's a little bit shame, because I was young, healthy, full of energy. I didn't want to ask for any social support or anything like that. I wanted to work. I already got actually kind of like a job promise that I can have a legal work immediately. My father was going to give me apartment and older car, so I was really like ready to
On the
start.
line. On the
Yeah.
line.
And Canada decided like they don't need people like this, so I had to leave.
Tell me, please, when you started in casino.
That was actually after this one. I came to the Czech Republic, back to the Czech Republic after time, and I was searching for any kind of like a good job. And I remember I met a guy a few years back. That was my like from childhood friend, and I met him in a train, and he was in a uniform. That means he was on a army duty. And I was asking him, like, what you gonna do when you finish army? And he says, well, I'm going back to the casino. I'm not stupid. I was like, really? He said, yeah, you have a food, it's warm, nice uniform, good money. Why would I change it? I was like, wow, that kind
Have
of...
you ever been? Have you ever heard before the casino? What is casino? and so on?
No, absolutely no. And
What was the name of the casino?
I don't remember. I know it was a small casino, really
Okay,
small casino.
with live game, with roulette table
Yeah,
and so on. okay?
everything like standard casino. And I remember that. And one day I was traveling to Prague, and somehow I was just thinking, what should I do? And this one come up on my head, on my mind. And I went to Prague. I found that time, it was in 1998. There was still the phone
Yeah, I
automat,
catch
and
it also. I catch it also.
with the yellow pages. So I open it, I list the casinos, and I start calling one by one. Hey, my name is Pavel. I want to work for you. I never did it before. And two of the casinos said, yeah, it's no problem. Just come over. We're gonna do some interview. I was like, okay. So I went to the first one. I was alone, and I was talking to some important man, who turns out it was actually owner as well.
Of that
And
casino.
In the casino, he had many casinos actually, and he was telling me like, you have to do the training 6 weeks. After that, you're gonna be working, blah blah blah. And I was just sitting, listening, and then I asked him, what is the percentage of the successful candidates? And he just looked at me and said, if you're not stupid, you're gonna make it. I was like, oh, okay. He actually used a different word.
Did they put you to make some results to calculate?
No,
they put
nothing
me
like that.
the first beginning. They put me 17 multiply 5 and things like this, and probably I made them, and then they took me in the casino.
Okay. So in this interview, I was like, oh, that was a little bit rough, but why not? But there was a second interview. And when I went to the second interview, it was completely different. It was a much bigger company. There was an Australian manager.
Another company.
Yeah, with a translator, with a lady. It was a 12 of us, and the attitude was absolutely different. Really nice, really comfy. I was like, wow, I like this.
Okay,
one.
this is my place.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I started 6 weeks training. Then all of us, we started. The company had 3 casinos in Prague, so I started in a really small one, which was good or bad. It's hard to say. That casino had 2 roulette tables, 2 blackjacks, 1 poker, and one of the roulette table, one of the blackjack table was with the dollars, US dollars. Never opened the table.
Okay.
That casino was not busy at all. Sometimes we had no guests at all. We open 8 o'clock in the evening. We're closing down at 3 o'clock. No one show up. Sometimes
So you
no
had
one
no
show
chance
up.
to improve yourself, no nothing.
But because it was an empty night, all the inspectors, all the dealers, they were focusing on me.
Okay.
So they were giving me actually training. That was good. I had time to learn everything more and more to the details. So that was nice. Shortly, few months.
How much was the salary that time?
That was a problem. That was
How much was the salary that time?
that was a problem. I was earning. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about US dollars or euro.
You got it in. I don't know. I don't know. It was that time. It wasn't.
It was a Czech currency, but
Yeah.
to make people understand, I was earning about 350 euro
A month.
per month. I had to pay rent, 100, and the rest of it was for the food and for the transport. So, not really good.
Roughly enough.
It was hard. It was a hard time.
Okay.
After 6 months, one of the manager from the same company left. After a few months, he called me and he said, Pavel, do you have a time tomorrow? I was like, yeah, sure. Afternoon, yeah, sure. Could you please come to see me? I would like to talk to you. So I came for the meeting. He was sitting there. His name was John Peng.
He was Chinese or what?
He was English Chinese.
Okay.
He was good. He was good. Really, like I liked him. I never had a problem with him. And so I came for the meeting, for the interview actually. And he was like, "Listen, I know how you work. I know how good you are. I have an offer for you. I'm gonna double up your salary. I'm gonna give you 1 week extra holiday. I'm gonna give you a nice uniform, and I give you a free food. Would you accept it?" I was like, "Oh, of course, yes."
Heaven.
Yeah. So I start in a few months. I had to resign in an old company. I moved to the first one, well, to the next one, and that was a busy place. And I got really, really, really busy, which was good for me. I learned very quickly how busy the table can be. It was a big games. So
Tell me, please, the most weird uh, thing that you saw on a guest, and then we change it to the colleagues.
but the weirdest was when there was a one really big hooligan, let's say, really gamble person
That were the times the 20
from Asia. No,
2000.
it was a year 2000. Yeah.
Okay.
And what happened? There was a situation. What happened? We are using the French wheel and American layout with the racetrack. And that guy, he was gamble. And in one moment, I knew that he has no more color chips. He has maybe some cash chips. And he was standing next to me, and I spin the ball. I look at him expecting some bet. Nothing was really happening, but he just moved on the table and he was pointing with 2 fingers. He was pointing 2 neighbors. And I was like, yeah, sure, just give me some chips. Give me some money, I will place the bet. He was like, no. And he got like frozen and he was watching the wheel. And of course, the ball just dropped in between the neighbors. He wanted to bet. He was actually just pointing. And once the ball was down, he opened the hand with the chips. That was a problem. Now, you have someone who gamble coming every day. You don't want to upset him. On the other hand, there's a rules. Chips were not placed.
No
so
money, no
it's
bet.
an inspector call. So I look at the inspector. The inspector was a lady. She was a little bit weak. She didn't want to upset anybody. And she goes like, just accept the bet. I was like, okay. It's her responsibility. I took the chips, which was left on the table. I put it there. And for some reason, that guy kicked my ass. Really hardly. Like, BAM! I was like, hey, I'm going to place it. I'm going to pay you. Bang! Another one. I was like, what the hell? I even put the bet on a number from the neighbors. I put a dolly on it. I don't know. He didn't recognize that it's his payout or no idea. Boom, for the 3rd time. At that moment, I was already holding the 2 stacks for paying out. And when he kicked my ass for the 3rd time, I just smacked the chips on the table. I call on the floor, change the dealer. So they sent me to the staff room. I was really upset. I was trying to do my best, but when someone is really kicking you for the 3rd time, like physically, really.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I was like, what the hell? And I went to the staff room. They took me off. I went to the staff room. I sit down, and shortly, one of the pit boss came, and I knew that pit boss is actually kind of like weak. And he walked in, He looked at me, and he didn't even ask me like what happened or something like that. I was like, everything all right? And I was like, I don't know. Did you apologize to him? Ironically. And the people was like, ah, don't worry. The manager will handle the situation. I think everything's gonna be fine over there. And I was like, really? Really?
Jesus,
Seriously?
I wouldn't accept that. Anyway, did somebody came with a gun that times?
Yes.
Did they pointed it to somebody or something?
They had the guns. They robbed the casino.
No way.
Yeah. But they robbed the casino after they closed the casino. That's something unbelievable. The casino was closing at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. But there's always someone staying. Security is staying in a casino. And we had a glass door for the guests. Then we had a back door. Okay. What happened one day? I used to live with another people from the casino. It was actually 4 of us. I was sharing one room with one guy. Then there was a second guy in a second room, and there was a girl that she had also one room in an apartment. And she used to work as a cashier, head cashier. And we finished the casino, we closed down, and she asked me, because she was a little bit late, she asked me if I can wait for her. I was like, yeah, sure. So I wait for her, and then we left the casino. We went to the public transport. We went home, which takes like 45 minutes. We came home, we took a shower, we went to the bed. I fell asleep, and around 1 o'clock, 12 or 1 o'clock, she was banging on my door. I was like, what's happening? Come in. So she opened the door. She said, they robbed our casino. And I started laughing. I was like, you were dreaming. She said, no, really, they robbed our casino. I was like, how can someone rob a casino when it's not even open? And we were the last one. And she was like, no, really, seriously, get up, we have to do something. I said, well, what do you want to do? So anyway, we dress up, we went to the center. It was actually true. They robbed our casino. What they did was, just when we left, the manager left as well. He was on the way home. And there was a group of people targeting our casino.
This guy, the Chinese one, which hit you, didn't hit?
No, nothing to do with him.
nothing.
Absolutely. There was this different sort of people. It was a kind of small group. 2 people were waiting for the manager outside of his house. Another 2, maybe 3 people, I don't remember clearly, they come to the casino, and there was the glass door with a chain inside with a lock, and inside
Like in the movies.
probably
Yeah, with a bank you open with a anyway.
no, you have 2 handlers, and through the handlers a chain, like
okay.
big chain in a plastic that it doesn't make so much noise, and big lock. Okay. And there was only one security guy, size like me, small, skinny, not really strong one, and 2 big guys come to the door, bang the door. When he come up, they were like, open up. I was like, okay, one moment, and he started opening to the strange people. Why? No one understand, but he was like confused. He just opened the door. Once he opened the door, they grab him. He just fly over the desk. And there was also cleaning lady cleaning the area. They grab them both. They take them to the men's room, to the toilet, and they lock them up in the toilet. There was no window. It was under the...
Okay, and then they robbed the casino.
No, they were waiting for the code for the treasure. The other group, they were waiting for the manager. They catch the manager, put him in a car, drive him to the woods, threatening him with the gun, get the code. So in the end, they gave them the code. They called them the code. They opened the safe, and now I don't know which day was it. Was it Sunday or Monday? Anyway, the
After
money
the weekend.
after the weekend, but the money was taken to the bank on Friday. Lots of money. So it was actually bad timing for them. So they didn't steal much. Let's say about slightly over 100 euro, 100,000 euro. Not much.
Not much.
Not really
Not
much.
much.
There was much,
For
much
such
more
a
before.
risk.
Yeah. And so they took the money. It was a three of them, because two of them walk away, and the third person, which was in the casino physically, he went to the lobby and he asked to call a taxi. They even call him a taxi. It was a bright day. No one knows what is happening under the ground in a casino. No one was coming there, you know. And they took a tapes. They knew they have to take the tapes from the security room. There was all the recordings was on the
Okay.
tapes that time. So they took the tapes, money, and they
And they
disappear.
left. Did they catch them?
They catch them. They catch them because they didn't steal enough, and I think they robbed some jewelry, and right after this, they just catch them. And what was really sad was when they speak up, they actually exposed that one of the security guy from the casino
Gave
give them
them.
a tip. He told them when to do it, how to do it, what is where and how. So
Okay.
after that, there was some security, how to say, like protection, which was also funny. Every day there was a big guy, really big guy, in a leather coat, coming to the casino with a big gun, okay, like 2 hours, 3 hours before we closed. He just walked in. Everyone knew that he is for our security.
Okay, so he was for your, not
Yeah,
to
yeah.
scare you.
He sit at the bar. He was just watching the casino, if everything is okay. And when some of us were leaving with the back door, he go with us. That was actually funny. He came to the door. He said, wait. He opened the door. He looked. Okay, you can go. So we went out and he closed the door. If there is someone behind the corner, no one knows. So it was like,
Only to check the
what are you
left and
actually
right.
securing? Like, okay. Anyway, it took just few months. Everything calmed down. They catch the group, so everything was fine.
You still continue there.
Yes, because there was a big chance that I can work on a cruise ship. The same company that was running our casino make a contract on a cruise ship, and we could have a 6-month contract. And actually, these cruise ships were going around the world, so it was nice. My first contract was in the Mediterranean Sea. Actually, I was studying in England. I fly to the England. I get on the board, and we went from London to France, Portuguese, Gibraltar, Spain, all these places from Gibraltar till, I don't know.
Tell me your
Odessa.
first night on board.
First night, horrible.
Because I know that. I know from my experience, I think first 2 months I was drunk as fuck.
Good point. We were leaving. It was a small casino, really like private small casino. It was just 2 dealers, me and my friend, English manager lady. She was around, I don't know, like 60 years old. She was just a brilliant. She was such a professional. Oh my gosh, big respect to her. Big respect to Kay Hatley in England, in London, and her husband Graham. Graham was a great guy. He was like a cashier. She was a manager. Me and David, we were the dealers. And I was so nervous. The first night I was so nervous. Everything was new. I had no idea what to do, how to do. And
How many passengers the ship?
The capacity was like 400.
Ah, okay.
Around 4 to
small.
500, and the same number of crews. It was like 1-to-1.
1-to-1.
Yeah, 1-to-1.
My God, such a service.
It was a small ship. It was a expensive ship. I know I remember she told me that $20,000 for 12 days for one person. Sometimes
Year? What? So after this
was
casino in
2000
with the robbery,
2001
2001, you been on the cruise ship.
on a cruise ship. That was my first crew. Yeah. And I came to the manager to the K. I said, "Listen, can I ask? Can I go on a blackjack table as soon as possible? Because with the blackjack game, I'm gonna relax. I'm so nervous." And she was like, "Yes, sure, no problem." And she just looked. She said, "Look, there's already 2 guests. Just go and open the table. And remember, no stress. Okay? We are not here to make some result. Just enjoy yourself." I was like, "What? How?"
And on the other side, in Czech Republic, you always had to do.
There was a
result.
pressure. There was always pressure. Make money, make money, make money. Okay, spin, 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 spin. Many games per hour, as many as possible. You know, push, 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 push. So you just pay off and spin, pay off and spin.
Tell them, tell to our guests if we can do something. You as a croupier, if you can do something, I don't know, to spin on a number or
Oh, you mean influence the result?
influence
Right.
the result. Yeah.
Okay, there's a story about a guy who can spin a number on the roulette table. I'm searching for the guy for 25 years. I never met him.
Okay.
There's a lots of story that starts. I know a guy and he can do this one or this one. If that guy can do it, he must be so rich.
I bet a
He must
guest
be a
told
millionaire.
you this.
Yeah, mostly the players.
The
Mostly very focusing players. You know, they know better and they know the system how they should play. Anyway, back to the ship. We start sailing away from London. I went to the blackjack table. I open up, and I start dealing, and everything just like wash away. I was completely different person. It was so relaxing. The guests, they were playing not for result, but they were just having fun.
English guys.
Yeah, mostly Americans. And minimum $5, maximum $100, I think. Yeah, $100 per box on a blackjack table. Easy game. It was just like having fun with the players, you know, enjoying the time. That was really something. And once we start playing, immediately I had a full table, and then a waiter came. Waiter was about 65 years old, Filipino, a little bit fat. He was a gay guy. He was a homosexual, transvestite, and a gambler, all in one. And imagine this ship is very expensive. They say 5.5-star hotel.
Okay, but
Right? So you're actually expecting that the waiter gonna ask nicely what they would like to drink or something, okay? And the waiter came to the table, nearby table, and immediately he just focused on the game, and he was like,
he
was-
immediately started to be a gambler.
he was actually eating every card, every chip, okay? So he was like frozen, watching the game, every move. And when I stopped and looked at him, like, maybe you can ask for drinks, he goes like, and he was actually standing next to the one player, and he go like, "Drink!" What the hell? I was like, how can you do that?
5-star.
And he started writing everything. Oh, yeah, boom, boom, boom. And then he look at the dealer. He look at me. And he says, "And the dealer?" I was like, what dealer? Like, I'm okay. Oh, dealer is okay. All right. And he went to the cash desk. He was talking to the manager shortly. And then he went to the bar, prepared the drinks. And I keep dealing. Boom, 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 boom. Then he came back with the drinks, served all the drinks, watching the game, you know. And then he says, "And cola for the dealer." And he put a cola on the table. I was like, oh my gosh, that's wonderful. I can have a Coke or on a table and I was getting thirsty. I was like, nice. So I put it on the side. I finished the hand, and then everyone started drinking. So I took the drink, and I thought it's a Coke. No, it wasn't just Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola was like 2 centimeters from the top. I could see that color is different, but I thought it's because
it
of
had
the
another
ice.
color.
And I started drinking that. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Classic glass, 80% Bacardi with ice, and 20% was like Coca-Cola. I was like, oh my gosh, I could see my tears going out. I couldn't even breathe. And then I hear that they are laughing in a cash desk. I was like, oh my gosh. Immediately, the dealer came, second dealer came, took me off. I took the drink. I came to the cash desk, and they were still laughing. I was like, what is this? And the manager says, listen, the people here pay so much money to have some fun, okay? So everything is all inclusive, all the drinks. So they're gonna get wasted. Once they're gonna get wasted, they wanna have a fun. So you should be in a similar mood, but don't push it too much, okay? You cannot get wasted. You cannot. I was like, okay. So that was like training, everyday glass like this
My God.
for half a year. Yeah, you actually you become like sporty alcoholic a little bit.
Sporty alcoholic, that's true. And tell me how it was after you finished the night. You finished the shift.
Okay, when we finished, we were allowed to have a food from the food service. So we wanted to share the food with the bartender. So we called the bartender that we are closing. He was like, perfect timing. We bring the food. He bring the drinks, extra cocktails, the roulette table. We were eating on a roulette table every single night. It was full of food and drinks. It was just 5 of us, sometimes 6. It was a nice time, really nice time. It was actually thanks to the manager because she knew how to make your life more easy. Okay,
Yeah,
different
yeah, I
manager,
remember
different
that,
rules,
yeah,
but
damn
she
true.
knew like, hey, we can have the food, we can enjoy, the life. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. So we traveled the Mediterranean Sea completely, zigzag, 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 zigzag for
Okay.
in 6 months. I went to Monaco 6 times. I went to, I don't know, up to the Black Sea and Sevastopol, Odessa, Turkey, Greece, Tunis, French
You
Riviera.
had overnights in any of these cities?
If we stay overnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes we did, but mostly it was like we were moving over the night. We wake up a different day, a different country, a different place. That time there was no euro, so each country had a different currency. So I just wake up, I check the itinerary. What is the day? Oh, okay, where we are? Oh, we are in Spain, Sardinia. Okay, what is the currency? Do we have that money or not yet? We have to change the money. So it was good. It was good. The casino life on a cruise ship, it depends on which cruise ship it is. Some of the cruise ships, you are busy. You are really working like 12, 14 hours, really hard time. Some of them, mostly the ones that they are going around the world, they are not getting so much busy and they are still getting good tips, good money.
Tell me how was the accommodation? How many persons slept in the same room?
There's like 2 decks for the crew. Lower deck, mostly it was like technicus, cleaning. No. Engineers, they were, I think, engineers were a little bit up. So you have like mostly Filipinos guys at the bottom deck, and I've seen the room, and there was a 4 beds, 2 double beds, but they were never full. Mostly 2 or 3 persons. Okay.
Okay.
My friend who used to work on a reception, he had also big room, but he was there always alone. Always
Lucky
alone.
bastard.
Not really. It was a lower deck, and he had no window, I guess.
You had a window?
He had no window. We had also no window, but we had upper deck, that means it's a little bit more quiet. You don't hear the engine so
Yeah,
much,
yeah, yeah.
but we were inside. We had no window, but our manager had a window, which wasn't really beautiful. It's just a round
Yeah,
window.
but still you see a bit of light, huh?
uh,
No. I mean,
you just go
for
out.
me,
You wake up. You
it
go
could,
out.
it
Okay,
could
so
make a difference.
every day you wake up. You just check what country it is. Okay, grab some money, grab photo camera, grab towel, and put a swimsuit on and just get out.
Go.
You have no idea where you are. So we went out, and the first thing was like, "Is there any beaches? Nice beaches? Yeah. Which way? This way. How far? 2 kilometers. Good. Is there any shopping mall? Yeah. Which way? This way. Okay." So we went. We checked the shopping mall, something interesting. Then we came back. We went to the beach, and it's not really comfortable because every day you are sailing away in a different time, and you always have to check your watch, check the time, and make it in time because the ship is not gonna
Did
wait
it
for
happen
you.
to you too?
Yeah, I missed the ship.
You missed the ship?
I missed the
Okay,
ship. Yeah.
tell me, where you been? Where
I
you
missed
are?
the ship. We went to Malaga. I was 3 weeks on a board, and we went to Malaga. And I went to the city. I was walking through, beautiful city. Somehow I got lost. I got really lost because for some reason I thought that the sea is behind me, and I keep walking, and suddenly the sea was like in front of me. I was like, where I am. So I got so confused where I am. And the time was coming up. So I took a taxi and I told him, take me to the port. For some reason, he took me to the airport.
Oh,
And when I
my
realized
God.
that the direction that I cannot be so far, and I wanted him to turn around and go back, the time was already up, and he was asking more money. I had no more money. I gave him everything I had. So he actually kicked me out from the car, and I started running, and I started shouting on the people, Porto, 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 por favor. And then suddenly they start showing me which direction. So I get to the port, really, really tired from running, and I saw the ship still there, at the shore. I was like, nice one. It was like, I don't know, 100 meters, 150 meters from me. I
No
was like,
way.
cool, I made it. And suddenly the ship goes like, voo, 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 voo. I nearly got a heart attack. I was like, no, there was no bridge, the ship was just moving away. I was like, what should I do now? Suddenly, I look to the sea, and there was a small boat with a pilot. On the top of the pilot, there was a guy, and he whistled on me, and I look at him, and he was like, "You from the ship?" And I was like, "Yes." He's like, come here. So I ran to him, and he said, "If you are from the ship, jump down. I will get you back."
No way, like in the movies.
I was like,
That
okay,
never happened to
okay.
me.
So I jumped down, and he says, "Don't worry, calm down. Don't worry. I know you are in a. Just calm down. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay." So okay, and he started talking. That's actually the small boat that is guiding the big ship out of the port.
Okay.
I was lucky in that moment. And the guy was like, okay, he started talking to the captain that I am there, no one else is missing, fine. And then he looked at me and said, "Do you have a passport?" I said, "No, my passport is on a cruise ship. I have only crew card." He said, "No, your passport is no more on a cruise ship." I was like, where is
Why? Tell me, explain them why, because this is the rule.
I explain a little bit later.
Okay.
In few seconds, some two people standing on a shore holding my passport and shouting on me, "Hey, pasporta, pasporta!" So I just jumped. I took my passport. I checked. It's mine. I was, "Thank you." I said, "No problem, no problem." They were agents. Okay. So if someone missed the ship maybe can wait few minutes longer, but not much because it would cost them extra money. So there's always someone. They give them the passport of the person, and the agents are waiting for that person in a port. Okay, for how long I don't know. I was there in time, and when the ship leaves, the agent will take care of you. They will take you, they will put you in a hotel, they will arrange the transport to the next stop, send you there, arrange the hotel there, and they get you back to the ship, and then you have to pay for all of it. And mostly the ship gonna say, sorry, you missed the ship, you're going home, bye bye. You finished. You just
so
finished.
You finished.
So
But it was not your case.
no. I went to the boat. The big ship start moving. The little boat start moving, and we went on an open sea. And in the open sea, they open a big door on a cruise ship. They put down that thing with the ropes, tack, tack, tack. And the guy from the pilot, he looked at me and said, "You think you can do it?" I said, "Yeah, you can bet I can do it." I just tied up my backpack, and just when I touch it, he got close to the big ship, and just when I touch it, like two pair of hands pull me in, and I get in, and there was everyone, safety officer, staff captain, everyone, and there was also my manager, and she saw me. She grabbed me like this, and she said, "Shut up. Don't talk to anyone. First, you're gonna talk to me." And she dragged me to her cabin. She put me on a seat. She sit me down. And she said, "Calm down, okay? Do you wanna have a cigarette?" I said, "Yes." "Okay." She got me one. "Do you wanna have a shot?" "Yes." She got me shot. And she said, "Now take your breath. Take a deep breath and give me a good story." And I just look at her and say, "I'm sorry. I'm just stupid. I cannot give you good story. I went to the taxi and he took me to the airport instead of port. And when I realized blah, 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 blah." And she goes like, "Oh, okay, go to your cabin, put the uniform on. You're gonna talk to the captain." So I went to the real captain.
Okay, that should be a very interesting. Tell me the way.
I was that small.
Deck. What deck you been to?
That was number 3.
Deck number 3. The road, the way to the captain. What were in your mind?
You just go to the elevator and you go to the highest. I think it was a 11 deck. 10 or 11 deck. I don't really remember. I know he's living high.
Okay.
So we went to his cabin. Was it his cabin or office? Somewhere up. I don't really remember. I was really stressed out. I had no idea what's gonna happen to me. If they're gonna kick me out or if they're gonna keep me, no idea. But missing the ship just like this is also reason to go home. And after 3 weeks on the ship.
You had only 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Ah. Okay.
So we went to the office. He was waiting there. And so he introduced himself. He looked at me and said, "You Pavel, right?" I said, "Yeah." "But you are here very short time, right?" I said, "Yes." "And that was your first time, right?" I said, "Yes." I said, "What happened?" I said, "Taxi, airport, port, running, I'm sorry." And he goes like, okay. Well, I checked your background. It seems like you're a good guy. So I'm gonna give you another chance. Stay here, okay?" I was like, "Okay, nice one, thank you." He said, "But I'm gonna keep your crew card for a while." That means without the crew card, which is like your ID, okay, you cannot use the internet, you cannot buy anything, you cannot go out. What else? It was like
that was your punishment.
Yeah, that was my punishment. I accepted actually.
For how long?
I think it was for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. No internet.
No internet. No shopping.
Well, actually, the friends helped me.
Yeah. I'll give you back the money.
But it wasn't good. It wasn't really good. So when you work as a croupier, you also have a duty to the cruise company. So sometimes you have a duty to stay. It's called in-port maining, and you have to stay on a board even when you are in a port. So you're just gonna go out. There must be some number of people staying on a cruise ship in a case of emergency, fire or something. You have to evacuate the people. You have some role, what you have to do, and you have to help the other crew to take everyone out if something happened. And so
Tell me your first drill after a night.
Drill. You have a drill every time the passengers comes in. Every time. The people pay $20,000 for the
Every
crew.
day?
Not
Every
every
time?
day. Every time they got on a board. So every 12 days we had a drill. So you have a
In
role.
between 12 days, no.
No,
Exercise.
no need to. You do the exercise every time
12
with the
day.
new
Oh,
passengers.
you were very lucky. I had this every third day. Every third day.
Okay, we had only 12 days. And I have a nice story. Okay, my duty
What was
as
the
a
name?
crew was standing at an elevator on a 5th floor. Okay, and my role was don't let anyone use the elevator if there's any emergency. Everybody has to walk up, okay, on the stairs. So I'm standing there. So short story is I'm there, and then I see a captain and staff captain coming. Hello, everything's fine. I say yes, and they push the button, and the elevator came. It opened the door, and they walked in. I was like, okay,
He's a captain.
He's a captain, right? And then he walked in, he walked out, and why did you let me get in? Don't you know your role? What is your duty? I said, well, nobody can use the elevator. Yeah, but you just let me. I said,
happened-
you are the one who is making the rule.
This happened before or after the missing? After.
After,
Oh
yes.
my god.
Same captain.
Okay.
So it was actually funny. He just tried me. He was laughing. He knew that I'm gonna leave him. Everyone would let him. He's the captain.
He's the captain. Yeah.
But we are having drill. People are moving upstairs, and then I see like lady like 80 years old, 85 years old, really slowly
Struggling to go up.
yeah, really. It took her like 10 minutes to reach my floor. And when she got to me, I was like, Madam, please, you have a walking problem. Now you can use the elevator. When you get up, tell them you have a walking problem. In a case of emergency, they will send a special people that they will pick you up and they will carry you upstairs, okay? Okay, thank you. And I put it in the elevator. I pressed 11, or 10 or 11. She went up. Like 5 minutes later, I'm still standing. And then I look and I see, it's like, what is happening? The same lady is walking back to me again. And I was like, so I help her. I was like, Madam, I told you, when you get up, you get out from the elevator, okay, and you tell them you have a walking problem and they will register you. And she goes like, yes, I know, thank you. So I put her to the elevator, press the button, check the elevator, yeah, it's really going up, everything's fine. 5 minutes later, I hear some noise, one floor down. And I went down, and then I see there was a Italian guy doing the same thing like me, just one floor down. What happened was, the lady went up with the elevator, but she was so slow, the elevator door just closed down and take her down.
No way.
And when the elevator get down and open up, the Italian goes like, "Hey, no elevator! Emergency! Get out! Walk!" So he pushed her.
All the time
And
you push her to go.
Yes, and I went down. I was like, "What you doing? What you doing? She has a problem. You see her? She always go with the elevator." I said, she can. So it was hard to explain him. Like in this case, oh my god. So we sorted it out. It was actually a funny situation. We put her together. I explained him like she goes up. Okay, don't worry. And yeah, that was the duty we were doing. Yeah.
Okay,
It was
cool.
just-
Every 12th day it was heaven, really.
It was good. And what was actually interesting was that when I went to the second cruise ship, let's say cruise ship, that time I was doing STCW95 exercising. Did you do that?
I don't know if it, but
It's a training. It's a training. It's a 12 days training, 10 days in an office training, what to do in a case of fire, and throwing rafts and things like that. Did you do that?
I don't. No, I didn't. I was messenger. Man, I'll tell you later. But
Okay,
please
okay.
tell me. Okay, after the nice things and the things with the captain and so on, what was your relationship with the manager, and how you finished your contract? What
What?
feeling you had 1 week before to go home?
Actually, the manager, when I get on a board, the manager was already there, already like 1 month or 2 months, I don't know. So that nice manager lady, she finished before I finished, and we got a temporary manager from Czech that I knew before. So they came on a board. Back to the stress, back to the
Results, make
I
results.
just
Man.
felt like I'm back in Prague and under the pressure. Oh my gosh, it was a different story. But anyway, somehow somehow we survived, and we were actually going back home from Turkey. And that's also a nice story because everyone on the board told me, "Hey, keep saving money, keep saving money. We're gonna go to Turkey." And I had no idea what is Turkey like, and I was like, is a nice place. And I know Turkey is perfect shopping. You bargain
Never
everything.
been, never been.
So we went to the Turkey, and it wasn't true. This one is from Turkey. Okay, when the starting price was $210 for this chain. It's supposed to be 14 karat. Well, it's been 25 years, or 24 years old. It's still yellow, so yeah, probably it is gold.
It is gold.
But the price was starting for one chain, $210. In 20 minutes, we end up on 110,
Okay.
and I got second chain for free. Half
So
half weight.
$50.
Went down.
Okay.
It was nice. It was in Kusadashi or Kushadasi. Okay,
I don't know.
That's
So I
that's
told
a nice city with a nice small
the
market.
last night on the ship
That was actually
on your first contract.
on my first contact. That was actually very cool because for some reason we had no passengers, and we could use the whole ship. Partly, we had some kind of like low number of passengers, so we could use a restaurant and one bar. So we went to the bar. It was nothing special. It was nothing special because we were still in Turkey. We did big shopping. I had to buy a second luggage. So when I was going to the airport, I had two luggages. Each luggage was like 30 kilo. Everything clothes from
Jesus,
Turkey. I was
you
packed,
bought all the
and
two.
backpack packed. Okay, and the same thing. The second dealer, the same thing. The manager, after 1 month with the other guy, they all also did a big shopping. So all of us had overweight, and we went to the check-in. We were waiting in a long line
On the
Then-
airport.
at the airport.
So you finished the night. You didn't get drunk.
No,
You
no, no,
cut
no,
it,
no,
that
no,
one
no,
on
no, no.
the-
We were drinking so much during the 6 months. We were not really getting drunk completely, but we had few drinks during the night every single day. So it was like we had enough.
Okay.
We had enough. You don't need any more drinks. We went to the airport. We were waiting in a long line and checking. Then I see they are preparing to open a second check-in. So I took the risk and I moved there alone. And I said to the guys, just wait here. If I'm wrong, I will come back. And I went to the second check-in, and they just open, and they're like, "Oh, you flying back this place?" I say, "Yes, good." So they follow me. I put the luggages on the weight, and they go like, "Oh my gosh, you got 40 kilo overweight." And I just, what does it mean? Well, you have to pay, and I don't remember exactly. I think they were charging like $40 per kilo.
$40 per kilo.
It was crazy. And I said, no, we don't pay. I said, what? I said, well, look at the passport. We were more than 6 months away. We were working. So the only rule that apply on me, on us, is 2 luggages. There is no limit weight for us. And he looked at me. I don't know where did I get it. I have no idea. I just said that to the person, and he said, "Okay, so it's all 4 of you." I said, "Yes." We were working on a cruise ship. We're coming back home after 6 months, and we had
We
this.
collected things. Yeah.
And yeah, and there's a rule: if you are staying one day more than half a year, you have no weight limit. Okay, but only limit is 2 standard luggages. And he was like, okay. And if this one is not true, who's supposed to pay for the overweight? I said, well, definitely the company, that they pay for the flight ticket. Okay, no problem.
You have this talent anyway to convince the people.
Just ship it in. The manager was so happy because he had overweight as well. So we got on a board. We fly to Frankfurt. We changed the flight. Then we went back to Prague, and every time someone came from the cruise ship, you could see that, tense skin, relaxed mood, everything
How was
easy.
it home after so many months
Yeah, 6
working
months.
every day? How was it?
Not every day.
Not every day?
Almost. And it's just few hours.
I mean, you have been in paradise.
Yes, it was.
I was working every day.
Well, sometimes my work was, for example, when we open it at the afternoon, I just took a chair, I put it to the window, and I was sitting and waiting for the dolphins.
It's
No one show up.
Yeah,
No one show up.
it's,
When someone show up, I was happy. And most of the people were like, what is this game? So I was explaining how to play roulette, how to play blackjack. We had some fun. And then the people were like, yeah, but I got no money now. I said, that's okay. It's just, you don't need money. Just I just want to explain you. If you want to play for the money, come back at the evening. Yeah, people mostly come at the evening, and then they could see the game, how it goes. It wasn't really big money, $5, $10 per hand. So it was nice. It was really
so
nice.
vacation? How you felt in
I
vacation?
would call, yeah, because we didn't really make.
How many months? So 6 months, and
months.
then how many vacation?
No. I was still employed with the Prague casino. They sent me
okay.
there. That was still same company that I work for.
So you had
they-
no vacation at all?
No, you came back home. They give you like 2 days and back to work.
No way.
Yeah, because everyone knew it's like a holiday. It was like holiday. It wasn't good money, okay.
Better than on the land, in the casino. No.
Little bit more, little bit. Okay, let's talk money. When I work in Prague, I was earning about, in US dollars, I was earning about 1,000. When I was on a cruise ship, I had 1,000 salary plus 300 guaranteed tips. We never make it over.
So 1-3.
Yeah, 1,300. That's it. You cannot count.
How
anything.
much money you saved?
Uh,
Because on my first
Okay,
contract,
on first contract, I
think-
saved a lot. I really
Yeah,
saved a
me
lot.
too.
I bring back home 5,500, and the reason is because I bought the cutting machine, and I was still cutting a hair of the other guys
okay, yeah,
for
nice.
like 10
Already
or 15,
business.
and because after like 2 months, I actually visit all the places, and then we repeat them. I didn't really want to go out, so I was buying. I was paid to get extra import manning duty. So I didn't want to go out. Someone wanted to go out from our group, and I said, well, if you want to go, give me $20 and go. And they were happy. I was happy.
Okay,
And
so you were just giving them.
and I was
your-
enjoying myself
Uh-huh.
on the sun deck because I didn't really care about that place.
You saw it already. I'm done. I
Yeah,
stay on the
yeah,
boat. Bravo. Didn't think about
When
it.
you go to Monaco like 6 times, it's still the same. Okay, you go to Santorini, you go to Livorno, like 8 times in Livorno.
Come on, it's enough.
It's nice to see it. One time it's okay, then that's it, no more.
Then you went back to work,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
in the casino on the land.
And that time I had a girlfriend in Czech, okay, and she's supposed to wait for me, don't do anything stupid. Of course she did, but anyway, we were together. So when I came back, I realized, hey, 6 months, it's a really long time. So I won't do it again without you. So she was still studying, so we had an agreement. She finished the study, she started in a casino, then we're gonna go together on a cruise ship. That was the plan. But let's say the casino, our staff was about, I don't know, 80 people. Yeah,
A lot.
80 croupiers. Almost everyone wanted to go on a
the
cruise
cruise
ship, and we had a contract with. First, there was just 2 cruise ships, then there was 4 cruise ships, and then there was a 5th one. But it was a sisters company. It was a completely different cruise ship. It was just for the millionaires. You have to buy apartment to be on a board on that cruise ship. Okay, it's called the Residency, the World of Residency. It's a very expensive ship, and I was home like 1 year, and then there was a couple, and they just left on that special ship. And after 2 weeks, the manager came to me in Czech, and he says, "How are you doing?" I said, "Good." He says, "I need you back on the ship." And I started laughing. I was like, "Yeah, that's a good joke." He said, "No, I'm not joking." I said, "Why? What happened?" And he says, "Do you remember the couple that went to that ship?" I said, "Yes." He says, "They are no couple anymore. They broke up before. They were just pretending because she looked good. He was okay dealer. So as a couple, they can send them there, but not individually." Okay.
Okay.
She had a bad English, and
He had a good. It was a mix.
yeah, it
okay,
was a
let's
good
send
mix.
them.
Like together it can work, but not when they are separate. So they were pretending they are a couple to not losing that chance to go on a ship. But when they got there, she started refusing him. She wanted to move to a different cabin, and there was a big problem. So the company decide that the girl goes back, and I'm going to replace her. And I said to the manager, I said, what, why you want me? You have like 60 people waiting for that. Why you are coming to me? He says, well, you already have a good English. You can be a little bit diplomat. And you can a little bit cool down the situation. We really want you to go on that ship. I said, okay, but I have a girlfriend and she doesn't like it. She was already waiting for 6 months, so I need some time. He said, yeah, I'm gonna give you time, don't worry. You got 10 minutes. So what? He said, no,
Okay.
I'm joking, okay? Go home, talk to your girlfriend, okay? I said, now? He said, yes, in the middle of the night. I said, okay, I'll go. So I changed my clothes, jump in a car, drive home, 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, baby, wake up. I want to talk to you. She goes like, what happened? I said, listen, there's a special cruise ship. I can go there one day. It would be really good if is it in my papers, it's a good chance for me, but the decision is actually on you. And she goes like, after like 1 hour crying, she said, okay, just go. We believe each other. We're gonna hold up. We're gonna wait no matter what happens. I said, okay, perfect. So I went there. I was starting in Barbados, in Caribbean. Then we went to.
Heaven.
Is it?
I loved it. For the party, there's a.
If you think about
loved it.
party, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
For me, it was like nothing special. Then we went to Curacao, Trinidad, then.
Bigger cruise ship. How many?
Not really.
No, the same number of passengers.
Okay, I believe the capacity of the passengers maximum is like 400
On all the ships.
on this ship, on the expensive ship. Okay, this one, the
Okay,
World of
okay.
Residency.
I mean the company ships. They were only one or more?
This one was like a sister's company. Okay, it was like on its own, and shortly it got really separated from the big company, and so I think there's like 400 capacity for the passengers, and the average number of the people that time was about 60. So sometimes you just walk through the ship and you never see anyone. You see only crew. You don't see any passenger.
Okay.
It was sometimes it was very quiet, really, really quiet. You went upstairs, you walked, there was no one. Like, wow.
Who has that much money? I mean, how much it costs one apartment there?
The basic price, I believe, it started about $2.5 million.
Who has at the age 22 and in 2000 or?
Well, anyone. There was lots of rules actually. One of the rule was, first of all, I don't know if this is still true. Let's say $2.5 million was the basic price for the smallest apartment, but this is not the ending price. You have to sign a contract for 50 years. In 50 years, every year you pay like 10% fee from the price that you paid. So in 50 years, you pay that apartment like 15 million in altogether.
My God.
And that's what the company guaranteed, that the apartment gonna exist 50 years. That's it. That's what you are signing for. And you have to prove you've got the money now, all of the money. And you have to prove you are self-made millionaire, but a real self-made millionaire. You didn't get the money from someone, okay? So you had to prove you were born poor, and you become a millionaire by your intelligence, let's say, or your luck, okay?
So this one was a boring contract.
Yeah, but good because
money.
No, the money was still the same, but we went around the world. So we went to Caribbean. I studied in Caribbean and Costa Rica, Panama, through the Panama, up Mexico, United States, up to Los Angeles. No, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Then we went to Hawaii. From Hawaii
Wonderful cruise.
Down to French Polynesia, Tonga, Fiji, New Zealand, Australia. And then we supposed to go to the Asia, but that time that was a SARS #1, and the Asian says, you cannot come here, it's too dangerous, you have to stay in Australia. So we stayed in Australia for 2 months. We were going Brisbane from Cairns down and up again, and after 2 months we went over Hawaii, I think over Hawaii back to Los Angeles, and I already fly home. So I missed such a perfect countries like Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore. I was dreaming about Singapore, and I supposed to finish in Hong Kong. From Hong Kong, I supposed to fly home. So I was so sorry I couldn't see that part of the world that I was really interested.
To be honest, I was also on the same. Okay, Hawaii not, Australia not. But to be honest, I loved more the Asia part. I mean, I'm in love. Even now, for me, Singapore is one of the beautifulest cities.
I missed Singapore. I never seen.
You never been?
No.
You never been. You have to. Okay, it's wonderful.
One day.
Okay,
I had
from America, I only have Miami, and from Asia, only Singapore. That's it. It's the two best. The rest of them, they look the same.
I had really enough of Australia because
2 months there.
When we were coming, we had the memo. Like sometimes you have a memo with some warning or with some tips, and for the Australia it was a memo like, hey, if you walk at the evening, be careful. In the bushes, sometimes there's a crocodile. Oh my gosh! And when we get there, and I've seen a beautiful beach, I was like, yes, let's go to the beach, let's swim. No swimming, sorry. Jellyfish, sorry. But you can use the pool. So I didn't go to the sea in Australia. Like there was so many things. One thing was we went to the we went to touristic shop. They were selling key rings, the kangaroos, things like that, and they had a they had a beautiful, such a realistic key ring that looked like a frog. And I was like, wow, this looks so real. This is just unbelievable. How good is the technology today to make this one? And the guy was like, hey, this is real. I said, what?
How?
He said, yeah, with these frogs, we play golf. It's just too many of them here. So they catch them, they dig out everything, and
They make it as
they put some the balls instead of the eyes, and they squeeze
Oh, I
they
wouldn't do
squeeze
that.
them back.
I wouldn't do that. Jeez.
I bought it,
Okay.
and it lasts like 10 years. It lasts
Oh.
on my keys. Yeah.
Tell me, you finished. Okay, you finished the second contract.
Yeah, I finished the second contract, and then the situation in that Prague casino start changing a little bit. Every time there's a new casino opening up, people are happy, people are excited, lots of enthusiasm, but it starts going down slowly, surely. And after 4.5 years in that casino, including 2 contracts on a cruise ship, I had really enough. And that time was actually the European countries, the Eastern European countries had permission to work in the EU. So the first place was opening in for us. It was England, in London. They were hiring new staff, and that was actually good because I went for the interview with my girlfriend who already
Okay, she
started
waited
in
for
the
you. I
casino.
wanted to ask you. Okay,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask
She
you.
had-
She
she had-
started. She
She
waited
had
for you.
already few months experience, so we went to the interview. There was no table test, only interview, and they said, "Okay, I believe you have a very good experience. She doesn't have so much experience, but she looks good. We choose you for the London." So we went to the London. I remember it was a group of us, like 12 people that we went to. We went there. We were working in a Stanley casino in a Palm Beach casino. Most of us. Some of them, they went to, I think one person went to the Mint casino. Then there was a Crockford's, but no one went to the Crockford's. And then,
Year.
year was
2000.
2004, I think.
Oh, okay.
2003, 2004. Yeah, we went there, but I stayed there only like half a year.
You didn't like it.
It was I was looking to learn Texas Hold'em,
Okay.
and I was waiting for the Texas Hold'em for many months for learning. I don't know why they didn't want to put me there. They were already teaching other people, but not me.
What kind of poker you had in the casino?
There was only 5-star cut, 5-star. No, 5-star stat, 5-card stat.
This one, the
and
Russian
three-
one?
No,
No?
no Russian.
No Russian?
But 3-card poker as well. TCP, yeah.
Yeah, three-card poker.
Also, funny thing when I went to the table for the first time, they just explained me how to do it. I said, okay, no problem. I went to the table, I started dealing 3-card poker, and because somehow I was still thinking about 5-card, I was opening the top card on me. So when I came to the table, the whole table was talking to the people were talking, having fun. I started dealing, and then I dealt the card for myself, and I opened the top card. And they're all quiet.
Okay, it's a promotion. It's a
They're
promotion.
like, oh my gosh, the dealer is so stupid. So I dealt few games, then I actually realized, I was like, wait a minute, I don't think I should open it. So I dealt a new hand, and I kept the top card closed, and I just look at the people, and they all start smiling. I said, oh, okay.
It wasn't a promotion.
I was stupid. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And that was also interesting games because, for example, Minimum was £1 on a number, maximum £1,000. Yeah. So well,
Actually, it could happen in one night
it
to
happened to
win,
me. It happened to me.
to win half a million.
I was a dealing game. There was lots of people playing with £1 collar. Some people play with the fives. Some people play with the 250 coins. Okay, I don't know, coins.
Horrible.
And then I see someone is playing with the chips and I said, betting £1,000. And when I realized, I was like, excuse me, sir, hold on, you playing, you betting £1,000 chip? He said, yes, I know.
And he played.
He just keep going. He just keep going. It was unbelievable. I was like, there was such a big sort of, how to say,
difference between the people who
yes,
have fun.
really big. And another thing, I was dealing on a roulette table about 1 hour 20 minutes, and I know I lost a lot of money. A lot of money went out from the float. I lost, I don't know, let's say £120,000 in 1 hour. Okay. And I
because you
realized,
as a croupier, you see how much money you
yes,
enter
you
in
see how much is
on
going
the
out.
table, and you see that you give a lot. Yeah.
And I was just unlucky. I was hitting the really big numbers. And the inspector, who was actually inspecting like 3 or 4 tables, just saw me. He saw me paying big numbers. He just didn't focus. Like there was no reason to focus on me. Everything was correct. Yeah, all the payouts
You just
were
paid.
correct. So I just paid, and he was just walking around. Then they took me off my break. I was going to the break with the inspector, and I said, "Why no one took me off?" And he was like, "Why?" I said, "Don't you see how much money I just blew out?" And he was like, "So, was everything correct?"
This happened in Czech Republic. When you pay, they change you. Why? It's
yeah.
nothing to. It happened to me also in Romania.
That's the option from the pit bosses, who is
The only option.
in a charge of who is going where. Okay, but the pit bosses also know that person, like when someone is changing, when the dealer is changing really every 20 minutes. That person likes, and these clients are like more important. This guy, he knows only girls, so it's always on the pit boss how he gonna solve it. Then you also have a manager, and why you are putting this guy there and this guy there. You know?
Okay.
So the pit boss is somewhere in the middle of the pressure from upstairs and also the pressure from downstairs, because the dealers and inspectors are also complaining. So he's
the
kind of
most
like
bombed,
squeezed.
guy,
This is the worst position in a casino ever. There's no worse casino than being pit boss, because you are really in the middle. Really.
She was an inspector, or with whom you went in the break. You ask her, "Hey, why you didn't change me?" And
No. That was the inspector.
the inspector, okay.
Inspector. We were walking. I said, "How come no one changed me?" He said, "Why?" I said, "Don't you see how much money I just blow out?" It was like 100, 150 maybe. And he says, "It's nothing." I said, "What?" He said, "It's nothing. You don't know what is happening in a VIP. It could
You
be
had
just,
a VIP also.
yeah, closed behind the closed doors." He says, "You have no idea what is happening in a VIP. £150,000. It could be just a matter of one hand on a blackjack."
Oh my God, man! I never worked in a casino where we have VIP.
Yeah, it was.
Have you been there to deal?
We had
in the VIP?
we had always VIP also in Prague, and we had a really VIP guest, Hollywood movie star. I don't want to mention the names, but it was a Hollywood movie star. Yeah.
That time.
That
He was popular. He was very popular.
Yeah, well, he's very popular even now because he's a little bit sick. He cannot act anymore. That's one of them.
Okay.
Second is actually a guy who is really.
You never told me about these things.
Because
we never talk about.
We never drink.
We never drink even now.
Second guy from Hollywood. He is well known as a very nice player, especially to the dealers. He tipped well always, and I think he was acting in a movie, The Bourne Identity. Actually, in the first movie, everything what is happening in Zurich in a movie was made in Prague.
Okay.
You can see the National Theatre and
Okay, okay,
everything.
okay.
And that time he actually visited our casino. I had no idea who he is. He wasn't famous. He wasn't so famous that time. And I just dealt the blackjack to him. There's no way he would ask for VIP. He just played as an ordinary guy. Okay, for a little bit higher money. Okay, and really tipping, really looking after the dealer, really tipping good. But he, he was a low profile.
Okay.
Really, he enjoyed a low profile. He was really nice.
Why you left London?
Why I left the London? Because I break up with the girlfriend. That was a
Okay.
reason number one. Second was I was really, really looking for the Texas Hold'em.
Ah, you told me, yeah.
Yeah. So I moved to Prague. I found the game. I walked in. I said,
You moved back to Prague.
I moved back to Prague. I went to the casino. That was the only casino with a Texas Hold'em game. And I walked in. They were playing cash game. I just came to the table. There was a full table. Dealer was dealing, and I came. I was just watching the game, and the dealer was like, "Hello, sir. Do you wanna play?" I said, "Nah, not really. I want a deal." He said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I want a deal. I don't want to play. I want to deal this game. I want to learn how to deal this game." He said, "Who are you?" I said, "Well, I'm Pavel. I'm originally from Czech, and I have 8 years experience in a casino, and I just came back from London." "Manager! Call the manager!" I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Manager came. He said, Who are you? What do you want?" I said, "Well, I want to learn how to deal this game." "Who are you?" I said, "I'm just croupier. I'm just dealer."
That time it was 2005. 2004, 2005.
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
Not so popular. Texas Hold'em not so popular.
Not yet. It was just
It started
starting.
to-
It was just
okay.
starting, and I wanted to catch the wave. And the guy was like, "Are you serious? You really want to learn it?" I said, "Yeah." "Are you from casino? You want to learn it?" I said, "Yes." "What is the problem?" He said, "I don't know."
You didn't had it in the casino.
No, not
casino.
before. Not
Not
before.
before.
And he said, "There's like 60 croupiers behind my back. No one wants to learn and no one wants to deal." And he just walked in and he said, "I want to deal." I said, "Yes." "Okay, sit down. Get a deck. Show me your shuffle." So I just shuffled the deck. He said, "Yeah, perfect. Okay, pitching. I'm going to teach you how to do a pitching." So he started with the pitching. And it took like 1 week pitching.
Explain them,
Hours and
please.
hours.
What does it mean, pitching?
Pitching is actually dealing the card to the player with a proper rotation of the card in the air without
I still have problems
flipping.
with that.
Yeah, many people.
I still have problems with that.
I know many people are actually throwing the cards in between the
Ah,
fingers.
no,
There's lots of things. Some people they are using the slides on the table.
That one also looks very nice because of the.
It looks nice, but some casino they don't allow it. I don't know why, but they just don't know. They don't allow it. On one hand, you have some kind of poker game against the dealer that you have to pull the card and slide it on the table, but then you go to the Texas Hold'em and you have to do pitching. So,
Yeah.
what do you want from the casino? So yeah, I went to that casino. I learned that game, and then after I was sure I'm good enough, and the manager was telling me how good are the money in Austria and how good are the dealers and everything. So I was like, okay, I have to move, but not to Austria. I'm gonna move to somewhere where they speak English. So I end up in Ireland.
Ireland. So
Ireland.
England, back Prague.
Yeah.
You learn poker.
Yeah, I went to
Poker,
Ireland.
Ireland.
And I really stayed just in a Texas Hold'em and Omaha, only in the poker business for like 5 years in Ireland. I changed like 3 or 4 locations that I dealt. And
How good was the money?
brilliant.
Brilliant good.
it was actually the one of the best salary I ever had.
In Ireland.
Especially I work for one guy. It was just me and him. We were running a small place. We make really good money, but the people were also happy. It was kind of like a little like family business. It was nice. But I also work in Dublin in Fitzwilliam Casino, and that was like mecca for Texas Hold'em in an island. I believe it was such a big influence. Like when they change some rule in Fitzwilliam Card Casino, they changed the rule in the whole island. Okay, and there was such a good players. Someone told me, do not play with the Irish anything that you can play in a pub. I was like, why? He said, because they are too good, and it's true. It's true.
So they are good.
They are brilliant.
The story says that
because
it-
the weather is bad, so most
Okay.
of the time they do some activity in a pub. So playing darts with some old lady, don't even try. She will beat you. Playing Texas Hold'em with an older lady, let's say 60, 70 years old lady,
Should be.
she will get you. She will get you. You wouldn't believe how good players, especially the older ladies, are. It was just unbelievable for me. I always used to like all the guys, but you can see how professional they are. They dress up like for professional poker. And then you go to the island, and there's a lady with a shopping bag or handbag come, hello, sit down. You go like, really? You really come to play poker? It was something new for me, you know? And the poker face, wow. There was a lady, she flopped the royal flush, and a guy hit trips kings, and he was pushing, and she was just laughing. And the way they were talking, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so good, you know. There was no any excitement when the flop came. She just checked the card.
Okay, yeah, that's where
Absolutely
the
stone cold nuts. Wow, that was good. These Irish ladies, wow, they really got me.
made a lot of money. Then
Yeah.
what happened? Why you left?
I went back to home
How was the life there?
in Ireland.
Yeah, how? So behind the casino or the poker,
The people are nice.
people are
People
nice.
are kind of like very open. I went to the pub. I had to wait somewhere like 1 hour. Afternoon. I went to the pub. I sit on a bar. I ask for coffee. 3 people in a big pub. Okay. Suddenly, young guy walked in, similar age like me, and he sit right next to me. Okay, and that's a weird thing for me. And immediately he started conversation like, what a weather, it's still raining, blah 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 blah. I was like, yeah, it's raining. So first thing comes on my mind, hey, be careful, someone's gonna rob you or something.
No.
But no,
No,
it's just
they're
the
very,
people.
they
They
are-
wanna talk to someone, they go to the pub
They
to
are.
talk to someone. And I was like, wow. When I worked for small club with one owner only, I went to buy a kebab, okay, and that was brand new location. Brand
How
new
expensive was the life there? I mean, rent and so on.
Okay.
That time, because I was in 2000, let's say 2020, and
Okay, I don't
Not so
know.
expensive.
I would say normal people would earn about 2,500, 3,000, like with a normal job. I was earning more, much more. I was renting place, and I paid 1,200 euro just for the rent, and something for energy. So
you had a house or you had a
Apartment.
okay?
I had a
Because we
apartment.
lived in a house. I want to say hello to Dana and Adi and thank you for keeping me there for 1 month. I lived there and we didn't went outside so much time because it was raining.
Yes.
But
And there was a one thing, like I was working in a club, an Irish guy comes in and he's so surprised. In his face, you can see how surprised he is. And he goes like, it's raining outside. And I was like, yeah, it's already
Oh, yeah.
10,000 years. Are you new here or what?
I want to tell you a story in Ireland. What happened to me, and I was so impressed, and that's why I remain with such a good impression about Ireland people. 4 young guys, 5. We started to make a grill in the evening. You know, loud. You are a little bit drunk, and so on. We had a house. Our neighbor, old guy with old lady. Normally, we as Romanians, we go with a fight. Hey, chill down, or either I will call the police and so on. No. This guy came with a bottle of wine. He pleased us, man. Look, my wife is going to sleep. I know for you it's early. My wife is going to sleep. Here is a bottle of wine. If you can continue in the garage or somewhere where it's not so
That's
loud.
the spirit, yeah.
Man,
Wow.
I even
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
It was amazing, and only because we were so ashamed, we finished the grill, we went back in, and we
Cool. Really
super,
cool.
super cool. Yeah.
Nice.
And that's why I remain with such a good impression about Ireland. But weather horrible.
Yes, yes.
Weather horrible.
Weather is like,
anyway.
you know, I was always saying like when people want to go to the island and they're asking me, should I get some umbrella? I said no. Why no? It's not raining. I said it is raining, but the umbrella is for rain that comes from the top. In Ireland, forget it. It comes from the right or from the left.
No
so you
chance.
Just,
yeah.
You just destroy your umbrella. It's just slap.
Lots of money. 2010.
Mm.
You finish with Ireland.
Yeah.
What you do?
I had enough. I had enough. The after so many years, the weather start. You feel like depressed, like depression. You especially when you are from Europe, like from the land. You want to have a nice evening outside, you know, with a barbecue, things like that. You just cannot really do it in Ireland, you know. It comes in 15 minutes, rain and then sun, rain again. It was horrible. And I decided that we move back to Czech. So we moved back to the Czech. And
With your girlfriend.
yeah.
So you
that
split
was
it.
that was a different girlfriend already.
Oh, okay.
So
You met her there.
no.
No?
I bring it from Czech.
Okay.
And she also start working
Croupier
in
also.
as a casino dealer, yeah, as a poker dealer actually. So we went back to the Czech, and I had no idea what to do, no idea. And there was a guy, and he contacted me through my friend, and he wanted to do a big tournament to promote his hotel. I said, okay, I can do that, but I have to buy the stuff first. So I had to manage to buy 4 tables to have a 7 tables together. For poker tournament, I had to order lots of poker chips to set up the tournament. So everything came, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready. We can do it, but you have to bring the people, okay? I'm gonna bring the stuff, and I'm gonna bring the dealers, but you have to bring the customers, okay? I'm gonna send 400 emails. I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Okay, let's see. So I also got some people from my side. From my side, I bring like 7 people. From his side, 1. Only 1. And he actually he showed up as well. I was like, what the hell? I have like 5 dealers here already, and you're bringing just 1 person.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah. And I was like, what happened? He said, I don't know. So obviously the email wasn't really a good idea. Are they poker players or no? They were just hotel guests. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So anyway, as an apology, he gave us, all of us, some voucher for the hotel and dinner. There was a big route, really lots
So you
of
made a
food.
big of event, but
So
nobody showed up. 8 persons, no, 9
thank
persons.
God I didn't do any guarantee. Okay,
Yeah.
so I apologize to the players that there is no really big prize pool, but we still ran the one table sit and go, and we had a really big crowd, lots of food. We took the food home and everything. So I had actually lots of tables, lots of chips, and people start coming to me if I can open a private game. And that time it was possible. So I was opening private
Yeah,
games
because there were no law.
yeah,
there was no law.
So I was opening poker games in bars and restaurants. I didn't ask for anything. They didn't ask for anything. So we were like helping each other. I was actually bringing uh, customers for them as well, because I didn't provide any food or beverages. So that worked for like 2.5 years. After 2.5 years, the law changed, and they said Texas Hold'em only in casino. That's it. So I closed it down, and I moved to the one casino where I stay only a few months. Then I break up with another girlfriend, and I start looking to work somewhere else, and I try Belgium. I try Brussels, and
Brussels.
and I went there. I went for the table test. They were happy. I was happy. Casino, yeah. And I was happy. They were happy. We signed a contract, and then the trouble comes. I supposed to work in Brussels, and the problem was I couldn't get accommodation. Really, the only accommodation I got,
But you had a contract.
I had a contract already, yeah, and I supposed to start in few days, and I had like 4 days to get accommodation. So I came with a car. I parked the car in an underground garage, and I slept in the car. And I was just trying my best to do some contract with accommodation. The casino, they would pay the deposit and the first rent. So that was actually a good deal. Okay?
Super.
Yeah.
Super.
So I found one place, but it was actually expensive. It was like, in that moment, because the salary, I don't know, they were like 2,000 something, over 2,000 euro. And the rent was like 1,100.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yes.
Brussels.
Yes. And I found a place that was big, really big. And it was close to the casino. It was like 15 minutes walk. So I said, it's good, but it's too big for me. And I'm the first one. There was like a group of people, they were interested. From the big group, they make like seven people that they choose. And I was one of the first who's supposed to start it. And when I saw the apartment, I was like, okay. So I said to the agent, hold on, I'm gonna call casino. I wanna make a deal, okay? He said, yeah, sure, no pressure. So I called the casino. I said, hey, listen, I found a very good apartment. It's just too big for myself only. So can we make a deal? Because you're supposed to assist me with finding the place. Your assistance was you just throw me 4 business cards, which 3 doesn't really work. So I found this apartment. It's too big. Just get me the next person, and we're gonna share it. And she goes like, nah. I said, what do you mean, nah? I'm saving you money on a deposit, because you're gonna pay only deposit for one time for 2 persons, and you don't have to help the next person, because I already found this place, and it's perfect for 2 person. And she goes like, nah, it's not gonna work. I said, why? She said, but if you sign the contract, you right now alone, then I'm gonna count your taxes, okay? And based on how much you pay the rent, okay? And then all these numbers, I'm gonna send it to the tax office. And then in 1 week, come another person who will come to your place, and you have to change the contract with the landlord, and probably you will pay just a little bit more, but the whole situation will change, and I have to recount your tax again. And that's gonna cost you 100 euro. And I was like, okay, I agree. And she goes like, no, I don't want to do that.
So she didn't want to make
Yeah,
the
she was
things
just lazy.
okay.
I was like, oh,
And now?
is too complicated for you to do that? Yes. I said, okay, thank you. I'll call you back. I just went out, and I just couldn't understand that kind of thinking. I was like, okay, so when I tried to get the accommodation online from Czech, it was just a fraud. There was always same story on the internet. Yeah, I'm from Brussels. This apartment is mine, but I'm living in the UK. Please send me deposit and first rent, and I'm gonna send you a key. And this is the picture. And the funny thing is, if they send you a picture of the apartment and also the address, and you check on a street view, the shape of the window, it was completely different. I was like, oh my gosh.
This happened in 2000.
Yeah, so I said no, and I turned around. I canceled the contract. I gave back the uniform and everything, and I went back to the Czech. I slept 1 or 2 nights there, and then I went to other side, to Austria in Vienna, and I got a job in Montesino, and that was wow. That was something. That was something.
That was something.
That was
and
something
I would
because-
like to keep it for this episode.
Okay.
Here,
good.
what do you
Okay.
think about it?
Yeah, sure.
And I think we go to the big boom next week, and we will post it. Thank you very much for watching us. And Pavel, if you want something to say at the end, would we?
Yeah, come back.
Thank you very much,
We're
really,
gonna
that you-
explore a little bit. We're gonna release more things, more interesting things. We're gonna talk about living in Switzerland. We're gonna be comparing other countries to the Switzerland. We're gonna be talking maybe about law, maybe about traffic, about job opportunity, about contracts, about insurance. Health insurance is actually a very important thing. Okay, bringing stuff to the Switzerland, including car, leaving Switzerland, including car.
You are very experienced in this. So you are very
having
experienced.
an accident, big accident on a
When it's not your fault.
even when it's not your fault, yeah, on a highway. Yeah, I think we're gonna get lots of things. to
So
talk
this
about
is
it.
only about fun and just hit the next episode, huh?
Do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, see you next time. Ciao.
Ciao.